Kichi, kichi, kichiba! Kill! Pa! 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 Well, economic freedom fighters, huh? You know, I was in Mexico. It's no secret that what goes on down there, it's just, you know, they got a bunch of people giving Trump grief over this right now, but if they were in there singing that song about the Yarmulke Club, or whites singing about blacks, they always go up in arms, and the reason why is because they're fearful. And the reason why they're fearful is because any time a stadium full of people, and if you look at it from a Boer perspective or European descendant perspective, and you got a stadium full of people singing about shooting you, shooting to kill, well, you know, you're gonna get attention, which is what they're trying to do. This guy's a billionaire, you know. And there are people up in arms talking about Trump fast-tracking Boer or South African migrants to the United States. And there's a ton of people from Mexico that have come to the United States on refugee visas and other stuff from Mexico because they're afraid of violence. And if that's not violent, I don't know how much more direct shoot to kill the Boer, kill the farmer. I don't know how much more violent that is. In fact, he talks about the court in Mombasa, the South African president not sticking up for the sovereign jurisdictional South African claim over what goes on within their territorial limits, which is true. But at the same time, I cannot think of a way to where you could say it more violently to express your intent to kill black people. And I don't know if people know or not my personal... I went to school with a bunch of Blood and Crip gang members in LA. And it was a thing. And my first day in junior high, I went to school and 6 of them beat me up and took my skateboard. And I went to school the next day armed and brained one of them when I was a kid. And that set my course with interracial relations, shall we say. And I went a different way with a different gang that corresponds to white people. And we weren't going to sit around and be victims. And I get the race relations in the United States. Anytime you're singing stuff like that, it only means one thing. And I'm generally a pacifist, believe it or not. But when I watch stuff like this, it just makes me want the United States to go to war and give them everything they're singing for. Because I'm a big believer that if someone wants to be violent, give it to them. If they want to be violent and they have the nerve to initiate violence with you, then by all means, pull out, take off the gloves, and just go all the way with it. Why not? It's what they want. Give them what they want. If that's what they want, give it to them. And whoever's left gets to be right. So, kichi, kichi, kichiwa, shoot to kill, Mombasa. I mean, what else are you trying to say with that, you know? So, that's enough out of me. That's my reaction to it. Trump letting people come to the United States. Why not? They've let everybody else. If you go to Minneapolis in Minnesota and you go to a Domino's Pizza, they've got Domino's Pizza menus that are written in Somalian. I'm no lie. Go look. It's written on a little piece of paper. I couldn't believe it when I was there. I go to a bank, it's someone Somalian, but they've got 49 Boer European descendant people on there. They've got all this black fatigue stuff online these days, and saying that that's the new N-word. When I was younger, people called people the N-word indiscriminately, right to people's face. They got in fights over it. It's not like people are afraid to say what's on their mind. It's just they try to be polite. But when you're sitting there saying, shoot to kill people of European descent, well, you know, people are going to feel a certain way about it, just the same way people feel a certain way about other things. So, I don't know. That's my reaction video on Julius Malema chants. And it's not just this guy. It's a stadium full of people. And then there's people in the United States on CNN and other things that feel a certain way about 49 people coming here to escape that. And then other people saying that it didn't even happen. But they'll tell you that Smoothie or whatever his name was got beat down in Chicago or whatever it was by two white supremacists. It turns out to be two guys. So you got to take everything that they say these days in the mainstream news with a grain of salt, because it's usually fabricated, false news, false information, whatever Trump likes to say, fake news. I don't know. Enough out of me. Cheers.